G'day, Ruskin Jewers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Basically, in this video, I'm going to look at all the skins in the current Rust store. I'll make comparisons to previous Rust store skins to get a good idea in regards to, well, how much each of these skins are likely to sell by next Thursday, and then knowing that will then question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, and I'll start yapping. So, first 24 hours of sales, and I say it right there, well, it's looking to be a bit of a quiet week. In comparisons to previous Rust stores, yeah, the previous week, it was like pretty quiet, wasn't it? Sales overall, not really moving that much, but with less skins in the store, oh, it's very noticeable. Like, I'm seeing some interesting designs, such as the Apotheosis of Warbed and the Wrought Iron Fridge. They've got hardly any sales, but then again, the bed is the most expensive bed we've ever seen in a Rust store. $3.49. Yeah, I think you got your answer there. But the Wrought Iron Fridge, what gives? You're the third skin to be accepted in a Wrought Iron collection. It's a very interesting Metalworks transparent design, and it's only got 3,500 subscribers-ish after 24 hours of sales. Okay, guess people just aren't as enthusiastic. Alright, well, that's the best answer I can give to you. But then, of course, we also happen to have Space Station Armor Double Door, another pay-to-win, transparent, glow-in-the-dark armor double door, a very nice-looking design. But we did just have, like, the Protector Armor Double Door the previous week, didn't we? Oh, dear. But I can, like, confirm to you, it has sold more in comparison to that. And, of course, no porcelain as well. So, alright, cool, understood. Are you still going to hold up all right? Or is Protector still going to hold up all right? And then we have Naval Camo Tier 3 Armor. We have been waiting for this for quite some time. We were hoping, praying, yearning for it, and it finally appeared. Thank you very much, Face Punch. But there was one little notable thing. After the first 24 hours of sales, as you might notice, well, okay then, he's got about 7,600, 7,500 subscribers. Yep. They have sold less in comparison to the Tier 2 armor. And yes, I was a little bit late to post this, but even then, if you decided to take away like 1,000 subscribers, it still sold more. And this sold less than the hoodie and pants. Oh, so yeah, I even posted it over to here. Looks as if the Naval Camo Tier 3 armor is going to be the lowest selling amongst the clothing armor pieces in the Naval Camo set. Huh. Okay, well, well, that certainly is interesting. Yes, it is. Specifically for the Tier 3 armor. So, alright, cool. First 24 hours of sales, not too ridiculous. But again, if these skins don't sell that much and they gain interest in the future, all the better for them to rise up in price in the future. So now let's switch over to here. Ta-da! Here's the first 48 hours of sales, or more specifically, technically speaking, it's like 50 hours. In fact, if I were to refresh, I think we're actually at 50 hours now. There you go. Right, yeah. So, it is a little bit later. But the sales really aren't picking up that much. It's quite slow. So, okay. We'll have to take it into consideration that over the course of the next few days, maybe the sales don't really move that much. Maybe it doesn't really get anywhere. Okay, well, fair enough. Again, it's looking as if it's going to be a quiet week. That only makes things look a whole lot more appealing, especially if we were to see collection continuations. But do not forget, the next Rust store, April 4 swipe, it's an Easter Rust store. The first two Rust stores for Easter, April 2nd, April 9, they'll be Easter Rust stores. There you go. So we're not going to see a collection continuation for some time, which, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. But honestly, still looking quite appealing, isn't it? So, all right, cool. Let's now close that. Let's now go through all the skins and try and figure out how much they'd likely to sell by next Thursday. Are they still looking to be perfectly fine investments? Naval Camo Tier 3 armor. So if I could just switch back over to here, around 7,600, 7,500 subscribers. Honestly, I'm just going to compare to the previous week's Acid Arachnid hoodie and pants. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and do just that. Acid Arachnid did about like 7,800 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. And as you can see, last week, I was expecting this to at least do 19,000 subscribers. I thought these two pieces were going to do between 19 to 22,000 subscribers, but no, they fell short. They were just below 19,000 subscribers. So 18,500, 18,800. Ooh, well then, okay. Now, I should point out Acid Arachnid is brand new. But a lot of people looked at it and thought, oh, well, green clothing and armour. Well, it's a bit debatable. But anyway, this is the third group to be accepted in the naval camo set. So, of course, with core pieces, which I refer to as core pieces, hoodie and pants, tier 2 armour, tier 3 armour. Now, typically, if a new piece were to be accepted, new core piece, the pre-existing pieces would spike command, spike a price ever so nice. So when we saw the tier 2 armour, you might recall hoodie and pants were getting close to about $10 at one point. And now we've got the tier 3 armour. It still spiked back up again, but the tier 2 really didn't move that much. Unfortunately, it seems a lot of people bought this skin with the full intent to sell it, for a nice bit of profit, and now we have almost 400 listings on the Steam market. Someone has listed 131. I just love other people. I just love how they behave and how they act. It's just so helpful for everybody. Yep. So yeah, that's having its own problems. So all right, anyway, we're here to talk specifically about the tier 3 armor. I'm kind of expecting that this is going to probably do between 17 to 20,000 subscribers. Now listen, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people wait till the last day and then make a move. So, of course, I'm referring to the fact that a lot of people like to do the abnormal barders, then look at the skins afterwards, look at the abnormal barter support, and then question, oh, should I just go ahead and buy it straight from the Rust store? Well, I think quite a lot of people might be doing that. Hoodie and pants, 26,000 subscribers each after 7 days in the Rust store. The tier 2, 22 to 23,000 subscribers. But this, at the moment, it looks like it'll barely even reach 20,000 subscribers. It really isn't moving that much. So, okay, we'll see how it is. We'll see how it goes. But that is looking very appealing. Consider this. If the naval camo set actually remains in demand in the future, well, the skins that sell the least usually end up becoming the most valuable because, well, there's only so much of it to go around. If loads of people want to have full sets for themselves, there's a lot of that, there's a lot less of that available. But of course, when you look at the hoodie and pants, there's a lot more of that. So the opposite sort of happens with that. It would be expected that the hoodie and pants would end up becoming the cheapest. But because they came out first, they've had the benefit of getting the boosts with new pieces appearing. So we'll see how things pan out over the course of like another year or so. But yes, naval camo tier 3, it is looking very interesting. But we've got to wait till Wednesday. We've got to do the abnormal barders first. So okay then, fair enough. We'll see how it is. And once again, I'll say 17,000 to 20,000 subscribers. Space Station Armour Double Door. Armour Double Doors, of course, were the focused item of the month. We saw the Nuke Room Double Door. We saw the Apotheosis of War Double Door. We saw the Protector Armour Double Door. And, of course, we've already seen the Porcelain Armour Double Door. Last week we had 2. And, of course, with the previous 2 weeks we had just 1. Protector was also a glow-in-the-dark, transparent, pay-to-win Armour Double Door. This appears... Now, let me also point this out to you. This is cheaper in comparison to this. This also only did around 12,800 subscribers. This right here, well, let's go ahead and find out what we can compare with you. I reckon we could go a little bit further back and compare with the Imprisoned AK-47. 6,900 subscribers almost. Get back over to here, as you'll see, 6,900 subscribers. Okay, cool. Right, let's go ahead and look back to the past. And I can confirm to you that AK-47 did just over 14,000 subscribers. So looking at this Armour Double Door, I reckon that's going to probably do between 12 to 14... 14 to 16,000 subscribers. I accidentally read the wrong note. 14 to 16,000 subscribers. Okay. So that, of course, lines up very nicely with the Space Station building skin. Of course, it was intended for that, as you might notice with the pictures. Wow. But we still have the question of how many people are actively wanting to, or actually manage to have an Armoured Double Door for their base. Now, various different servers are out there with different rules and whatnot. If you're in a big group as well, it's probably a whole lot more achievable. Are you actually going to go for the effort in skinning your base to be nice and space-themed? Anyway, $3 a piece, 14 to 16,000 subscribers is still quite a bit. Yeah, all of these skins still sold quite a lot, except these two, really. But in the past, around 14 to 16,000 subscribers would be like a bare minimum amount. Wouldn't be too ridiculous, but it kind of would be close to what we see on average. So, okay. Some of those older skins still worked out quite all right. I wouldn't be surprised if this still does. But again, initially for a while, it wouldn't surprise me if it does suffer for a fair bit. Priced at $3, it really wouldn't surprise me. So, okay. I repeat, 14 to 16,000 subscribers for the Armour Double Door. What do you think, though? Did you see my short video where I showcased it? Got up nice and close? Because it's got a very weird, interesting detail about it. When you walk away from it, at a certain distance, what with the hatches being transparent, if you stand at a certain point, even with the hatches down, it looks as if it's see-through. It's completely transparent. I know it's weird. Watch the short video right here and you'll see it with your own eyes. So, alright, cool. Let's now move on and talk about the garage door and the SKS. 5,800 subscribers, 5,200 subscribers. What do we compare to? I thought we could just go back to the previous week and look at the locker here. 5,700 subscribers. So, okay, cool. You could even consider looking at the Protector Armour Double Door. Let's go ahead and do just that. So, 12,846 and 13,438. I think, honestly, for both of the two skins, 12 to 14,000 subscribers would be a perfect amount. I feel like that both of them would reach that. So, okay, cool. Cinetype Safe Room Garage Door. The second garage door skin to be accepted for the Cinetype collection. Oh, it's certainly had better days, hasn't it? Anyway, that was down in price. And yet, with this appearing, it seems as if this has improved a little bit. And if I could just go on the Steam market, I've noticed that there's only 17 listings. So it looks like they had a bit of a buyout. But I do believe as time goes on, as we progress through April time, for example, it wouldn't surprise me if this Safe Room Garage Door also goes down in price. Yet we potentially do have a garage door collection on the horizon, but Neon beat them to it. And, you know, you'd think, oh, wow, garage door collection. That sounds like something that'll work out very nicely. I mean, just take a look and see. Oh. Down 49, down 54, down 40, down 38, down 59, down 58. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? New. Oh, dear. So it kind of wouldn't surprise me if this still goes down in price. Also, consider this. How many garage doors are we going to see being accepted in 2026? Because I think we've already had quite a lot already. And, well, it's becoming a bit of a problem. Only 2 of these are currently in the positive. And that's most likely due to the fact that they recently had a collection continuation appear. Hazma, and of course, Space Station Garage Door. That right there being a sequel. Oh, okay. So, I'm questioning it. I might just stick with a Barda. It's abnormal, so of course I'll worry about that Wednesday night. Now, tempered SKS, priced at $3. Let's just point this out. How many SKSs have we accepted recently? Well, I can confirm to you, oh boy, for the past 5 weeks, we have seen SKS after SKS after SKS after SKS. I have seen 5 weeks of constant acceptances. And 3 of them were white SKSs. I was kind of expecting another one to appear, just to spite us, I was assuming. But no, we got the ever so lovely purple tempered SKS. However, tempered collection isn't exactly super in demand. Quite a lot of those skins have dropped off. When times are good, though, wouldn't surprise me if it bounces back up again. Anyway, tempered SKS. I'm rolling with the idea of, yeah, you might only do around 12 to 14,000 subscribers, but it kind of wouldn't surprise me if you're high priced that you'll still drop off. I'm still expecting more SKS skins to be produced and accepted. How many SKS skins do you reckon we'll have by the end of this year? Feel free to comment below. But yeah, I'm starting to be a bit concerned about that. So I most likely would just stick with a Barda in that regard. So, okay, cool, understood. Let's now talk about the bed. This right here had 4,000 subscribers. So let's just get a good look at that. Yep, 4,000 subscribers after 24 hours of sales. So what do we compare to? Well, I thought, you know what? We could go ahead and compare to the Porcelain Armour Double Door. It had 4,190 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. So let's go ahead and do just that. How's that Armour Door Double? Oh my. Wow. Okay, it's up by $1. How many listings do we see in the Steam market? Yep, only 23. I bought 30 of them as an investment. That's looking pretty sweet. Anyway, give it time. You're very likely to see a lot more listings appear and whatnot. Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. But that right there did just over 10,000 subscribers. Just barely over 10,000 subscribers. If I had to switch back over to here, if I had to go ahead and look at the bed once more, I'll sit here and say, I reckon that bed will probably do between 9 to 11,000 subscribers. I'm not sure if we'll have that many people waiting until the last second to make a move. It's $3.49. That sounds a little bit problematic. I don't think everybody can afford, they're going to be able to afford that. Sounds like a bit of a problem. So, yeah, I think 9 to 11,000 subscribers would be a perfectly fine amount. But, you know, what is to be expected of with the apotheosis of what, collection? Just to remind all of you, a garage door and a rug was made in the past. I'm expecting a resubmission. But I'm also expecting no collection continuations for a while, especially considering, oh yeah, Easter is in the way, so, alright, fair enough then. Wrought iron fridge and double barrel shotgun. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at you two. I can confirm to you, 3,500 subscribers, almost. And 3,250 subscribers. What are we going to compare to? I thought comparing to the Redemption Handmade MG from the previous week would probably be a good shout. So, 3,233 subscribers there. So going back to the previous week, you can see with your own eyes, this actually had more sales compared to the Armour Double Door. But still, realistically speaking, as I look at the current sales in regards to what we see for both of these skins, and also, you know, looking at the bed, clearly the bed will still sell more than these two. I'm very much under the impression that both of these will probably do between 8 to 10,000 subscribers. Now, for that particular fridge, well, it's the second fridge to be accepted so far this year. Last year, we got a ridiculous amount of fridges, the most we've ever seen. The vast majority of all fridges that have ever been accepted appeared in 2025. Oh, so, okay, so yeah, 38 here, 20 overall here. So that's pretty interesting. Anyway, so, looking at the fridge, it's a very nice, interesting design, but we're not going to see a collection continuation for a while. I'm starting to kind of question it. But if that's only going to do between 8 to 10,000 subscribers, surely it'd be a-okay? Well, I have seen other fridges sell like next to nothing, especially a transparent one, like so, Bones Fridge, 7,782, but people don't care for it, and it's suffering and struggling. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We are expecting potentially more of this set to be made, so I actually asked for a chair and table with the previous skins. Let's just go ahead and do that, show that, I mean. So over to here, you'll see with your own eyes. Ta-da! Can we get some outdoor furniture? I need a chair and table. Right, so, that you might be sitting there not selling that much, but if we do see a collection continuation being produced and accepted, and the whole set ends up, you know, gaining a lot of demand, of course that'll go up. Surely, maybe, right? Maybe. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, it is looking quite appealing. Doesn't glow in the dark or anything, but if you light it up with power, the little button and the little light at the bottom would light up. So okay, cool. And then with the Chrome Wave double barrel shotgun made by a brand new skin creator, say hello to Mr. Bit. That's his first ever skin. But I should point out, we are aware that double barrel shotgun skins aren't exactly like super helpful, and well, their skins haven't worked out nicely. So double barrel shotgun skins, how are you currently holding up? And yeah, that's not helpful. That's not useful to be. If they're all going to go down in price pretty badly, how on earth can I make a profit? So yeah, unfortunately, the vast majority of these have gone down in price. It wouldn't surprise me if that follows suit. Priced at $2, not abnormal. I think I'll just do like a 60-cent to 80-cent barter. Twisted Metal BBQ and Chaos MP5. That was a bit dramatic. Sorry about that. If I could just quickly hop back over to here. 2,800 subscribers, 2,300 subscribers. What do we could compare to? Well, just look at the Nuke Vibe crossbow from the previous week. 2,580 subscribers. So, alright, cool. So, let's go ahead and take a look at that crossbow. 6,300 subscribers. Cool. Right, so let's go back over to here and look at you. Right. So, Twisted Metal Collection. It's not in demand. It's not exactly looking super great. Sheet metal door has risen up quite a bit, but is that manipulation? Is that someone just buying out all the stock? Look at the buy order here. So, if I could just quickly point this out. The buy order is not close to the price that we see here. Could be better. So, yeah, someone jumped in and bought out a bunch of the stock, didn't they? Yep. So, other than that, for a very long time, this wasn't doing very well, as has the furnace, as has the garage door. But the sheet metal double door, even before we even saw this, that was up and positive. That was doing okay. That was doing lovely. So, okay. I can sit here and say the collection's not very in demand. We just saw that with our own eyes. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up doing between 5,000 to 7,000 subscribers, both the MP5 and the BBQ. I very much am under the impression that Twisted Metal BBQ, you're probably going to drop off. How many barbecues have we seen as of recent? 5 in total. As you can see here, we have one from the Abyss collection, which overall is in demand. We have a very interesting wrought iron barbecue, which has transparency. So when you lit it up, when you light it up and you got it like lit in the corner of a room, the pattern that you see from here actually lights up and shows up as shadows on the walls. It looks pretty cool. And then, of course, we've got Space Station Barbecue. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people assume Space Station Barbecue and the Armored Double Door are basically the same thing, even though they're made by different skin creators. So, yeah, starting to notice a bit of an improvement with all the previous barbecues. But this right here, sorry to say, it wouldn't surprise me if it drops off. So we'll see how it goes. And then we have the Chaos MP5. Well, let me point this out. Priced at $2. Do we have any other MP5s that might be pretty sweet? Well, if you want to spend a little bit more, you could go grab yourself a Heat Seeker MP5, currently priced at $3.11. We also happen to have some very interesting Twitch drops that appeared very recently. So, of course, you might recall we've had the Ledoux and the Recruiter MP5. If you own them, just use them. Transparent aim sights, super helpful, super nice, lovely. Or you could consider looking at the Hellcore MP5. It is a little bit cheaper in comparison to the Heatseeker MP5, but yeah, not as colourful, a lot more, I don't want to say discreet because it's got like a big skull on the side, but you wouldn't really notice it at night time or anything, so. Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, that's it. So just to repeat, if you want to catch up in regards to like how much each of these are likely to sell by next Thursday, just look at the description, scroll down, you'll see with every chapter where we talk about each of the skins, I also add to the side how much I reckon it's going to likely sell. So that's for your consideration if you care. So, all right, cool. We've kind of gone through this video pretty quickly, but hey, doesn't hurt to have some tempo, but it was a small store and there's not too much to talk about. So yeah, basically what we're seeing is looking to be quite, it is looking as if the tier 3 will be selling quite a fair bit less in comparison to previous skins, but will it work out A-okay? There's no guarantees. So, around this period of time, you should be looking at your bar orders. You should be trying your best to maintain your bar orders. If I could just quickly switch over to here, yep. I have recently been dumped on. A lot of recent Rust skins have been thrown at me. And you might be sitting there saying, recent skins? Yeah, I'm talking about skins that came out somewhat recently and newer Rust doors. So look, Chinese panel wooden double doors. Oh dear. Emperor tier 3. I've been getting quite a lot of that recently. Basically, if you're not putting an effort in to double check your bar orders and whatnot every now and then, you very likely will get dumped on. And it's a tragic story because that's exactly what happened in this recent Road to Big Grin Part 5 video. Oh dear. Hedge, why do you have all those jackhammers on the thumbnail? Well, if you watch the video, you'll find out. Because in this video, I will quite literally explain to you what went wrong and how you can alleviate potential problems for yourselves. The Asteroid Breaker jackhammer. I wasn't keeping track of my account properly and well, there you go. Suddenly, I have a lot of them. And the focus started with the month for April 2026 is, of course, the jackhammer. Ugh. So that didn't work out very well, did it? Nope. The stars did not align for me. Instead, oh, they mock me. They laugh at me. So yeah, consider giving that a good watch. Not only is it me talking about my progress with that isolated account, trying to work its way all the way up to a big grin. No. It's also me talking about the Easter dip and talking about making sure you're prepared for it properly and making sure, like, yeah, just double check your accounts, double check your bar orders. It helps so much, right? So, all right, cool. Right then, so I don't think there's anything else to talk about aside from there. We could also just quickly mention the player count. It's fine. The average player count for the month is improving, but it definitely looks as if the average gap is going to probably be between like, it's going to be like a 15,000 gap, I reckon. Quite a decent amount of people have disappeared. Less people playing the game, less demand for skins, lower skin prices. Not exactly a super fun time, is it? Nope. So, oh boy, oh dear. However, prices are down. So if you've got the funds, start making some moves. So I did also talk about that in the recent Easter dip video that I posted. Right over to, is it gone now? Quick, open it up. There you are. Over to here. Yep. So if you want to learn about like what you could get up to, what particular skins might be pretty appealing. Christmas skins. Go look at all the Christmas skins right now. Don't sit there and just watch this video. Go look at all the Christmas skins that came out recently and even like a year or two ago. You might realise right now they're at a rock bottom price. Well, the expectation is from here and now they can't get any cheaper. So grab them now, wait on them, and then you might see that, oh wow, those skins are slowly going up in price more and more and more. And of course, towards the very end of the year, they will rise up ever so nicely just before Christmas and whatnot. So, all right, cool. So that's for your consideration. And that is basically it. There's nothing else for me to talk about. So, I hope you all have a splendid weekend. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.